wanted to give you a couple of updates. I hope that everyone had a fantastic break over the Christmas and New Year period. I certainly did, and I also did a lot of planning. So I was thinking about all of these very exciting educational events that I'll be running for you during this year, so definitely keep posted. The first one that I wanted to share with you was the weight loss masterclass that I have for this Thursday. So this Thursday, the 9th of January, 12 o'clock Sydney time, I'm running a weight loss masterclass. What is a weight loss masterclass, you might be thinking? A weight loss masterclass is something that I used to do roughly once every month until my program got so busy that I had to actually slow it down and just send people to a replay. Now I also have Dr. India helping me run the program, which is why we're slowly but surely letting some new people into the program. A weight loss masterclass is where I help people to understand the factors contributing to their weight. So when I see a lot of patients in my consultation room and they say to me, you know, I'm really stuck when it comes to my weight, what do you think is the one thing that I should do? Should I be cutting my calories? Should I be going to the gym more? Should I be doing a specific type of exercise? What I will often say to the patients is, it's not really as simple as eating less and moving more. It's more about taking a holistic view of your situation and thinking about all of the different factors that can contribute to your weight. You know, we're not just a machine where there's two simple levers and you just push yourself really hard to exercise really hard, or you restrict yourself really hard to eat less. We're actually made up of a lot of genetic factors. Some of us also have medical conditions that we need to be juggling. Some of us are taking medications that can also cause weight loss or weight gain. And some of us have things that we need to be juggling inside our environment or situations that we are trying to manage that can actually make weight loss a little bit tricky. And for that reason, it's important to take a bird's eye view of your situation when you're trying to create a weight loss plan, and not necessarily just think, okay, what is the one simple strategy that I'm going to do next? It's important to think holistically and to create it that way. So that's what we're doing in our weight loss masterclass. I'll be showing you the approach that I take to assessing, investigating, and creating a plan for 2 case studies as examples. And if you would like to join us for that one, the page to register is pages.drangelakwong.com/register. You'll be able to join me live, you'll be able to join us on Zoom, ask lots of questions, get your questions answered. It'll be lots and lots of fun. Now, some people ask, hey, I'm actually working Thursday 12 o'clock, I can't make it live, is there any way that I can get the recording? The answer is yes. So if you can't make it live and you want to get a copy of the recording, simply register to that page. I'll put a link in the comments and in the description below. And once you RSVP, then you'll get a confirmation email. Simply reply to the confirmation email with the word replay, and then my support team, either Eunice or Charisma, will put you on a list, and then they'll send you a copy of the replay once we finish doing it. So hopefully that will really help you and give you a resource in order to be able to create your weight loss plan. Now, what else do I have in store for you? I got a couple of other updates. The other update is that some of you might also know that I am the designer of the Enlighten Me Shake. So the Enlighten Me Shake, I launched this in August of last year. So now we're in January, so it's been a couple of months. The Enlighten Me Shake, my background is that I'm a GP, so I look after a lot of patients with medical weight loss, which essentially means that a lot of my patients take injectables when it comes to weight loss. And alongside taking injectables often comes a lot of side effects. So it often comes with bloating, nausea, reflux, and a change in bowel habit. And so what I noticed was when my patients were taking these medications was that number one, they tended to have quite a low appetite, and because of that, they weren't very motivated to eat, and sometimes they would go for very long periods without eating. And we know that isn't very good in terms of sustainable weight loss. And number two, if you're not eating, how are you going to be able to get in your daily vitamins and minerals? So we looked around on all the shelves, we had a look at all the different products there were, but lo and behold, a lot of the over-the-counter products tended to have a medium serving of protein, quite a high serving of carbohydrates, and they were also often filled with artificial sweeteners that cause a lot of gas and bloating. And if you have a look at the nutritional panel of a lot of the over-the-counter meal replacement shakes, what you might see are certain sweeteners that are artificial, such as sorbitol, such as aspartame, such as acesulfame potassium. Some of them might actually have natural sweeteners, but those natural sweeteners are what we classify as sugar-based alcohols. And what's the problem with that? The problem with that is even though they are good in terms of reducing the sugar content and reducing the calorie content, those sugar-based alcohols cause a laxative effect. So if you've got patients who are taking the injectable medications and they are already having gas, bloating, nausea, and a change in bowel habit, and then you give them sugar-based alcohols such as erythritol or xylitol, what ends up happening is that they become super bloated and they become incredibly nauseous to the point that they feel very, very sick. So that's the reason why I made sure to not include any of those sweeteners inside there. And all that I put inside there for sweeteners were natural things. There's the tiniest bit of stevia and a tiny bit of monk fruit, but I didn't over sweeten it because I know that a lot of people who do take injectables actually prefer a neutral to just slightly sweet flavor. And a lot of people who do have shakes like to flavor it themselves anyway. So they might like to put in a little bit of Milo to make it like a multi chocolate flavor, for example, or they might like to mix in a little bit of coffee, for example. But not everyone likes a dessert level of sweetness, and some people don't like that over stevia flavor, if you know what I mean. So that's my background in terms of creating the Enlighten Me Shake. But the update that I have for you that's been a new development in the last couple of weeks is that I sent away the shakes to be independently tested, and the good news is that 2 results have come back. The first thing is that they are officially gluten-free. So for those of you who need a gluten-free product, the very first set of bags won't actually have that on the nutritional panel, but I'll make sure to include that on the subsequent printing. And the second thing is that they've been formally tested and they're officially FODMAP friendly. And I'll be having that FF green logo on here on the subsequent printing of the bag as well. Now, some of you might say, I've heard of FODMAPs. Remind me exactly what are FODMAPs. So FODMAPs are fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols. Essentially, they're carbohydrates of different chain lengths, and when taken for certain individuals, they can cause a lot of gastrointestinal upset. So they can cause bloating, and a lot of IBS type symptoms, so bloating, change in bowel habit, and abdominal pain. So for a lot of people, FODMAPs can be quite an issue. The most well-known FODMAP, I guess, is lactose. So a lot of people think, I have an issue with lactose, I have an issue with dairy. And then when they just cut out dairy or they just cut out lactose, they're like, it wasn't that, it's something more broad than that. And then when they go FODMAP free or low FODMAP, they suddenly have a period where their tummy is really, really comfortable and they realize it's actually a little bit more broad than that. Well, anyway, to cut to the chase, the Enlighten Me Shakes are officially FODMAP Friendly, and both the chocolate and the vanilla flavor are FODMAP friendly. Originally, when I sent them off to be tested, we weren't sure whether they would be, because the chocolate shake does have cacao, which some cacao products are a FODMAP, and also they have a tiny bit of inulin inside there, and inulin in certain quantities can be a FODMAP. Now, the reason why the Enlighten Me Shakes are actually FODMAP friendly is because of two reasons. So number one, the inulin that we use is a very high quality pure inulin. And number two, the amount of inulin that we're using is just a very small amount that we're using to nourish the gut as a prebiotic, but we're not using it in a large volume as a filler to take up space. So the good news is that both the shakes in the chocolate and in the vanilla are officially gluten-free and FODMAP friendly. Last update. As you would know, the Enlighten Me Shakes have been available in store and online since launch. You can purchase them online at enlightenme.com.au, and that's also where you can find the Stockists as well. So currently they're available at Nick Logan Pharmacy in Artarmon, at Eastern Road Pharmacy in Turramurra, at Earlwood Pharmacy, and also at Harper's Pharmacy in Earlwood. And I'm really pleased to announce that we've got 2 additional stockists who have just come on board. Inglewood Pharmacy in Inglewood, and also Pharmacy 777 in Nollamurra. So for those of you in Melbourne and for those of you in Perth, you now have the option to shop online and get it delivered to your door, or to support small business and purchase it from your local pharmacy when you're picking up your scripts. So those are my updates. I hope that you've enjoyed today's update on YouTube, and I'll see you in the next YouTube Live. Thank you, everyone. Bye.